Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with the review of the Sharper Image DX-2 Stunt drone. Now if you saw my review yesterday of the DX-1 Nano drone, I wasn't a big fan of that one. Fortunately, this one is much better. It actually flies pretty well. Again, I really like the design, just like the Nano one. This does have a really neat, cool, unique design to it. Looks pretty nice. This one does fly well. However, it still has some weird stuff like the misleading autopilot, where that just means, so we've got auto orientation, which is headless mode. So that means no matter which way the quad is actually facing, when you press up on the right stick, it's always going to fly away from you. So no matter where the front actually is, forward is always going to be away from you. And then we've got auto landing, which this one actually does have a button that you can press and then it's going to land. However, for some reason it flies up first before it lands. So you'll see the top of my props are all white and scratched up, and I can't really get that to focus in quite right, but so that it flew up and smashed itself into the ceiling for a minute, and then it finally auto landed. So not really sure what that's all about or why it needed to fly up first, but it's kind of a silly feature. I mean, who can't just give less throttle and land the thing on their own? There's not really any point in having an auto landing, because this doesn't have altitude hold or anything. It's not like it holds its hover and you need to auto land so it shuts off the rotors. I mean, you just could drop the throttle down until it lands and stops on its own. So really weird feature. And then it also does have a flip button. So again, I'm not really sure how any of those count as autopilot, because it's not like it's flying for you. But so other than that little bit of misleading on the box, this is actually a pretty decent quad. The controller was pretty nice. This is better. The Nano one that I showed yesterday was just really awkward because it's all skinny and long. But being that this is bigger, it does fit in the hands a little bit better. But it still has the same problems with the sticks, where it's really smooth plastic. So thumb flyers, your thumbs may come off of them quite a bit, and they're short and fat. So for pinchers, it's kind of awkward moving them, but at least it fits in the hands a little bit better because of the shape. This one does not, though, have room for the quad to store inside like the Nano did, but it does take 6 AA batteries, so you've got a lot more battery power in this, which probably gives it longer range, and it's going to last longer before the batteries die. But you cannot store the quad inside the controller like you could with the Nano. Let's see, it comes with a spare set of props, and then we've got some screws in there because, like the Nano, this one does have a prop guard as well. However, this has to screw on, so each motor mount has a little screw spot into it. So that's a little inconvenient. You've got to sit there and screw it on if you want to use it, or unscrew it, so it's not like you can just snap it on and off. But it looks pretty cool with the prop guard on it. And if you're a beginner, you're going to want to start with that just so you save your props and you don't hurt yourself or anything. It comes with a USB cable here for charging. So the battery is built into it. It does not have a swappable battery, which is kind of awkward for most of these micro quads. Usually you've got a battery that you can take out. But I guess since it's toy grade and it's sold in toy stores, I think you're not even allowed to have a battery swappable like that, so they have to make them built in. So anyway, you got the USB plug, plugs right into the quad, and it charges the battery inside the quad. It is a 350 milliamp hour LiPo, and it takes an hour to charge. With the guard on, you get about 4.5 minute long flights. With the guard off, you get about 5 minute and 15-second long flights, and then there's a 25-second LVC warning beyond that. So for 25 seconds, the LEDs are going to blink and let you know that the battery's about to die. So I'll go ahead and show you the LEDs there. We've got white in the front and red in the back. A little bit hard to see at times. You don't see them really at all from the bottom. They kind of peek through the motor mounted sometimes, but really you only see them from the top of the quad. So Not very visible, but at least it does have them. Let's go back to the controls here. So here we've got auto orientation, which is headless mode. So you're going to click that to turn it on and off. And then the bottom button there is for land. So you're going to hit that and then it's going to fly up for whatever reason and then come down and land. And then here we've got a stunt button on the left corner there, and that is our flip button. So you're going to press that and then move the right stick in whatever direction you want to flip. Oh, and you can recalibrate it by holding both sticks to the down outside corners. And so you're going to want to have it sitting on a flat level surface and then hold both sticks down out like that. The LEDs are going to blink, and then it's going to recalibrate the accelerometer, and then the accelerometer is what levels it out and keeps it nice and stable. So if you find that it constantly drifts in a one direction or something, try doing that recalibrating, and that should hopefully make it hover better. Again, like the Nano, there's no rates. You can't change rates at all. It just has one rate. It has a decent yaw rate, so it spins pretty good. But this flies much better than the Nano. This is actually quite a good flyer, plenty controllable, plenty fast enough. I was flying around my living room, no problem. Let's see, it does not use the same protocol as the DX-1. So if you're crazy and wanted to use that awful controller from the DX-1 to fly this, you can't do that. I was hoping I could use this controller with the DX-1, but unfortunately I can't do that. Let's see, anything else to say about this one? Looking through my notes. Nope, that looks like that's it, so let's go ahead and take it for a flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the Sharper Image DX-2 stunt drone. And just like the DX-1 that I just reviewed, this has the same cool design. I really like how it looks, but fortunately this one flies much better than that one. And this does, being called a stunt drone, it has flips, which is really the only stunt it has, but it can at least do flips. It has no rates though, it's still just one rate, and it has a similar controller, but it's a little bit bigger, and the fact that it's bigger makes it work a little bit better actually. It fits in the hands better, but still has these big fat short thumb pads, which are kind of awkward if you're a pincher, but at least this one flies well. Still doesn't have great LEDs. Has the red in the back and the white in the front, but they only come out of the top of the arms there, so you don't really see them from most angles. But we'll go ahead and give it a spin. So yeah, this one does actually fly pretty nice. Pretty quiet too, actually. Whoa. Not a lot of pitch to it. Let me kind of get it back out in the middle here. So there's our yaw rate. A little bit slow on the yaw rate, and then here's our pitch. So not a ton of pitch either. Let's do some flips. Whoa, super fast flip. I forgot how fast it was. Wow. Wow. I think that's the fastest flip I've ever seen in a micro quad. Wow. Alright, well, pretty good flips. Holy crap. Yeah, this is a good indoor flyer for beginners. It's not too fast, not too out of control. Let's do some more of those flips. Man, that was super impressive. Holy cow. Those flips are crazy. I've tested this already. I totally forgot it had flips like that. Wow. Man. So yeah, this is much better than the Nano. If you're looking to pick one of these up, you've seen them both in Walmart or whatever, this one is definitely the better buy. I really like the design. It has a really cool look to it. The transmitter's still not great though, especially if you're a pincher. It's a little awkward to use, but it's doable. Yeah, this thing is much more flyable than the Nano. Really not bad at all. I wish they had rates though. I don't quite understand not giving it rates. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, well I think that was all there is to show, so let's take it in for a landing. Look at that. Not bad. Alright, well pretty cool actually. I think this thing, those flips were just, man, that was blowing my mind. That is the craziest, fastest flip I've ever seen in a micro quad. Just a really neat design. I like the look of it, really cool. And this actually flies pretty decently, unlike the micro, or the Nano. So yeah, I would say if you're looking between the DX1 and the DX2, the DX2 is definitely the way to go. So check the video description for price and purchase link. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.